Hi guys, welcome to Full Time Devils. I'm Adam McCullough. The transfer window is closed. Jim White has now gone into his hole again. Thank God for that. Can't stand that bell and his stupid yellow tie. But the news has been that despite rumours that Manchester United were in for Diego Goldan, Atletico Madrid's captain, despite rumours that we were in for Harry Maguire, despite rumours that we were in for Toby Alderweireld, despite rumours late last night that we were in for Kurt Zouma, Manchester United have made no further signings to Fred, Diogo Dalot, and of course Lee Grant. There has been one outgoing though, and it looks like Timothy Fosu-Mensah will join Fulham FC on loan. Fulham, the newly promoted side who came up through the playoffs last season, come up through the playoffs, beat Aston Villa at Wembley, and now they're in the Premier League, and Timbo could be joining them on loan. So, guys, that is what's been going down on today's transfer deadline day. It hasn't been very, very active. All sorts going on. Now, for you guys that are thinking, what's been happening? I'll tell you what went on with Diego Goldan. So basically, about a week ago, there were links between Manchester United and Diego Goldan, but not in the press. So what happened was, Diego Goldan's agent came to Manchester United and said, yo, you want a central defender? Do you want Diego Goldan? Manchester United said, hell yeah, we'll give you the fee, we'll give you the wages, let's get this deal done. So after that went down, Atletico Madrid then agreed a new deal with Diego Goldan on a new contract, and he signed that deal. So his agent used Manchester United to get a new deal. Funny that, it's something we've heard before. Now it's interesting because Diego Goldan was available on a release clause of around 20 million. Would have been a bargain even though he's 32. But it was something that was never going to happen because he's got no intent of leaving Atletico Madrid. He never rejected Manchester United. He's just got no intent of leaving Atletico Madrid. And his agent used our need for a central defender to get his client the new deal. Clever. But you know what? We see it all the time. And then what happened was, the likes of Sky Sports News and all these guys kind of had this information and then pulled it out today as if Manchester United were making a last-ditch attempt to sign Atletico Madrid's captain. First of all, if we were going to try and sign Diego Goldan, surely you'd do it like early in the window, because he's a player that's not really going to want to leave his club. If you're going to make something happen, it's, make it happen. And leaving it to the last day don't make any sense. So going in for Goldan or Goldin or whatever you want to call him last week, and then these guys just waiting until now to pull it out. So what they do is, the Jim Whites and that, they bang this news out, so then it looks like, oh no, Man United and Ed Woodward's flying around the world trying to make last minute deals in order for them to push their Sky Sports deadline day, all that stuff. And it's like, nothing's really going on. They have a guy sat at Old Trafford with a mic doing news, and they have people outside the training centre and all that, but nothing's going on. They're talking like, oh yeah, United are doing this, United. Bruv, nothing's happening, everyone's packed up, gone home. Now, what I do want to say is, what has gone on this summer? Because when we came into this transfer window, we thought we need a centre-back. Alderweireld wants United. Spurs are going to let him go. Surely this is a deal we make happen. We need a central midfielder. We got one in Fred. We knew we needed a left-back. We didn't get that. But we've got Dalot, who's a right-back. Lee Grant, let's ignore that one because Sam Johnston left. Joe Pereira left. Dean Henderson left. We needed a third goalkeeper, so it's totally understandable. But Fred and Dalot were the main signings we made. Dalot particularly one for the future. Fred, I think it could turn out to be a very, very shrewd signing. And I think it could be a signing that's gone under the radar because of the disappointment of our window. And in fact, Fred could help unlock our attack. Unlock Paul Pogba. Unlock our attack. United are better. But the big thing here is our defence. We knew it's not good enough. Too many times last season we saw Valencia, Smalling, Jones and Young. If we see that defence too often this season, we're not winning the league. If Valencia, Smalling, Jones and Young are still a thing in 2019, we're not winning the league. And, you have to look and think, what is going on between the club and the manager? Are the club backing the manager? Is the manager seeing eye to eye with the board? Why aren't they getting him the players that he wants? Now, Toby Alderweireld to Man United, we can get him for 25 mil next summer. So has that made the club think I'm not going to spend 60 million? But bruv, Chelsea are spending 71 million on a goalkeeper that's second choice to fucking David De Gea at Spanish level. We're Manchester United, we bring in deals. But we don't bring in the right players. Our transfer policy has been a shambles since Sir Alex Ferguson left. Under 3 managers, it's been a shambles. I think Jose Mourinho's signings generally have been very, very good. But there's too many players in this squad that were bought by Van Gaal, bought by David Moyes, bought by Fergie. So the Smallings and the Joneses and they're not good enough. And I can get it. We need to sign a centre back. Jose, you've just bought 2 centre backs, so maybe we need to get rid of something. But then the club aren't very good or proactive in getting rid of players. Far too often, mediocre players are rewarded with new contracts. And I just feel like everyone at the club at the moment is comfortable and happy with Manchester United just staying afloat. That goes for the owners, that goes for Ed Woodward, that goes for some of the players that just aren't good enough. And Mourinho is going to get frustrated with that. Now I think Mourinho, he could pull a stroke of luck, get that defence going with Bailly and Lindelof if they stay fit, get our attack going, and we could do something. But we're relying on too many question marks, pulling off. We're relying on Jose to get that all going. And the board haven't backed him. I genuinely don't know what's going on there. It's an odd one. I do like this transfer window closing before the season starts. I think that's very good, but I think we brought it in the wrong year. It shouldn't have been brought in World Cup year. But the clubs had time to prepare for this again. And you've got to think and worry when it comes to our owners. And Ed Woodward. They're not going to get... Some of you like saying Woodward out. Bruv, they're not getting rid of Ed Woodward. Are you mad? Ed Woodward makes this club so much money. He's very good at what he does in terms of bringing in deals. The Glazers can't get rid of him. He does need some help with the footballing aspect in things. But the thing is, we've got owners that don't really care if we win trophies. As long as we're in top 4, Champions League football, selling shirts, we're getting record deals, they don't give two shiny shits about whether we win trophies or not. That's a fan problem, not an owner problem. And it's kind of a little it's not a good mix at the moment. And it's got the potential for disaster in terms of Jose's going to crack, him and Ed Woodward fall out, and the only loser is going to be the club. But the optimistic side of me, when purely looking at this squad, does think, like, we have got some very good players in this squad that if they have a great season, Pogba, Lukaku, Sanchez, Marshall, we can smash some teams up. But we've got to get the best out of those players. We've got to get these players playing with smiles on their faces. And we've got to get this team clicking. Because we just haven't. I do think if Bailly and Lindelof stay fit, our defence will be alright. But that's a big question mark. Big question mark. Dylan says, Jose out, sorry he's fucked it. And are you Mourinho in, says Vaibov. How is bro, you guys, I criticise Jose Mourinho. If you follow me on Twitter, you know it. You can't criticise Jose Mourinho for the transfer window. If he's given the club a list of names, a list of players, and told them go sign them, and these bellends haven't gone and done it, that's not his fault. He's not sitting in the room negotiating these deals. I don't get what you like. How do you think transfers work? Do you think it's like Football Manager and Jose logs onto his phone and just submits a bid? That's not what goes down. But I do think Jose has some things to work on, and I don't think he's perfect. But I think he is being held back by the owners as well, which is an interesting one. And someone just said, I don't think Jose will be here next season, and it has the potential to blow up like that because of the owners, because of Ed Woodward, and they're clashing with Jose Mourinho. But yeah, on the pitch we've got some very good players, and we needed a left back, we needed a centre half. But if Bailly, Lindelof and Shaw can come good, then who knows what can happen. for me, it's just too many questions. I'm finding it hard to be, I don't know. I'm really looking forward to the season starting though. I always look forward to football starting. I always look forward to being back at Old Trafford. The smell of the burger vans, the smell of the pitch, the smell of the stadium. I just love being back at Old Trafford and singing songs and being with my friends and being with my brother and doing fan cams after, and I enjoy all that, and you're never going to stop me enjoying that. That's why I'll always be excited for the season, whether we're shit or not. What I find weird, yeah, guys, is that a lot of people say F the Glazers now, after deadline day when we've made no signings. You should be saying this stuff every single day, 365, 24/7. Not just after you don't get your signing that you wanted. Fuck the Glazers for life. That's it. Never liked them, never will. You know one thing I'm happy about, guys? Tony Marshall's still here, baby. So you can't go to an English club, obviously. It looks like United ain't selling him now. Because if we sell him now to a European club between now and the end of their window, we can't replace him. So Tony Marshall stays. Araj says if Shaw and Lindelof turn up, our defence could look good. Everyone's too comfortable, like the players. Get rid of the Glazers. Why does the window end early anyway, says Manuel. So what happened was last season, I think it was last year, the clubs agreed that the window will close before the season starts. Now, I get it. I absolutely get it. But this year was a bit of a daft one with the World Cup. Bit of a daft one. We've got a few players we need to get rid of, Hammy. I totally hear that. Timbo has gone to Fulham, says Harrison. Yep. Timbo has joined Fulham, seemingly on loan. If it was a permanent deal, I'm sure we would have known that by now. But he has gone to Fulham on loan. Good move for him. I think a lot of people have looked at Fulham and thought, let's get Sesson on. Well, imagine Timbo goes there and he's even better and he's tearing it up left, right and centre. We'll be like, let's bring that bad lad back and get him involved. Someone mentioned getting a director of football. I don't think that's the answer, you know, guys, because maybe for a different manager, but with Jose, a director of football, not too sure about that one. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching here on Adam McCullough, Full-Time Devils. Make sure you're liking, sharing and subscribing. Remember, the Leicester City preview is up right now. Go and check that out. Make sure you're checking all the other content out. And tomorrow, we're going to be at Old Trafford for Manchester United versus Leicester City. And I cannot wait. Manchester United are going to beat Leicester City. And you know what? I'm going to start to get giddy for the new season. United are winning the league. 21 is coming home. I think. Maybe. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Anyway, guys, I've been Adam McCullough. I'm out of here.